What's up, SixPackAbs.com? It's Thomas Delauer, lead nutritionist and lead trainer on SixPackAbs.com. And today, what I want to do is I want to give you 3 different push-up variations. These aren't crazy complex, but I'm going to give you the science on them and why they work a certain way. But they're also a great tool to have in your toolbox for whenever you're traveling or whenever you're just on the road or whenever you're just pressed for time and can't hit the gym and you need to get a quick chest workout in. Honestly, body through space. Those are a few words that you need to remember. Those are some of the most powerful words when it comes down to getting results. Whenever your body is moving through space, you are getting the best workout. You're running, you're sprinting, you're squatting, you're moving through space. Okay, you're doing push-ups, you're moving through space. Dips, your body is moving through space. Okay, whenever you're lifting weights, that's all great, but it's not the best, most efficient way to achieve true fitness. Okay, true fitness and true health is all about body through space. And that's what I want to teach you today. Guys, if you haven't already, I do want you to check out the Science-Based Six-Pack Intermittent Fasting Program down in the description below. It's the world's leading fasting program, and I authored it and wrote everything in there myself, as well as the time under tension training protocols in there. So let's not waste any time. Let's get straight to this. Okay, this first one is one of my favorites. I learned this a couple of years ago. This is a push-up variation where you're gonna do 2 push-ups and then roll the ball over to the other side and complete another 2 push-ups. So I call this medicine ball rollover push-ups. You might find a different name for them, but it doesn't matter. All right, so I go 1 push-up, 2 push-ups, and then I roll to the other side. 1, 2, roll. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and you can get as technical as you want. If you want to start getting kind of fancy and do things like that, where you're getting a little bit more airborne out of it, that's going to achieve a little bit more of a plyometric effect. Basically what we're trying to do here is we're trying to work a little bit more with shoulder flexibility here. Normally, when we're in a normal push-up, we're constantly getting this anterior movement here. We're working our chest to the point where we're just bulking it up right through that anterior deltoid. This gets you a nice stretch, but it gets you a nice stretch on one side. You see, if you were to try to stretch both sides out and go super, super deep, like for example, if you put 2 benches together and you were to come down like that, you're gonna end up being restricted with your movement simply by your scapula. Eventually, your shoulder blades are gonna come together and you won't be able to get as deep. But if you have one arm higher than the other, you can get a deeper retraction of that arm versus trying to compete with both of them. See the difference there? I can actually get more flexion on my chest and more stretch. So that's what I really, really want. Then the plyometric effect, where we're actually activating what's called the elastic component of the muscle, where we're actually bouncing a little bit and going from side to side, that allows you to get more force and more torque on the chest. So that's really powerful in and of itself. Okay, now let's move into the next one. Okay, we're gonna take a regular bench and we're gonna do an incline push-up, but we're gonna make a little bit of a twist on it, okay? So right now, I'm in a regular incline push-up. You've probably seen these done before. Simple push-ups like that, activating a little bit more of the upper chest. But check this out. This little movement that I'm about to do with my feet. Come up and stack your feet. Okay, what I've done now is I've just completely unlocked my hip flexors and I have now made it so I have to activate my core. What this is gonna do is it's gonna bring in the serratus anterior muscles a little bit more just to stabilize what's called my shoulder girdle, which supports all of my shoulders and my pecs. All of my shoulders, all 2 of them. I don't have 4 shoulders. Now I go ahead and I do my push-up and you'll see my core just has to activate because I'm a little bit wobbly. Whole thing is shaky. If you start losing it, take a second, switch to the other side for a second. Significantly harder than just a regular bench elevated push-up. Okay, this last one is called a Spiderman push-up. One of my personal favorites. And you may or may not be ready for this one. You can do all kinds of different modifications on it if you wish, but it really leverages time under tension. Don't need anything but your body on this one. Okay, so I assume a regular push-up position, then I come down. At the bottom of my movement, I'm gonna bring the left leg up elbow to knee, and then back up. Okay, and come down, elbow to knee, back up. It's this isometric hold at the bottom that's doing all the fun stuff. If you want to get real fancy, you can do 2. 1, 2. Really good core work there. 1, 2. A lot of fun. Easier modification, you can still do them from the knees. Down at the bottom, come up. Down at the bottom, come up. I'm telling you, it's that retraction of the shoulder blades at the bottom where you're having to hold and you're having to actually resist against your back with your chest in a stretched position. I will tell you, see it, just a couple of those put me out of breath. What ends up happening a lot of times is we end up so much with this anterior tilt. We're training chest and we don't have anything opposing us. We're hitting the weights and we're just fighting the weight. We're not really having to fight our own scapula. Now, when we're holding in this position at the bottom, we're allowing ourselves to stretch that tissue a little bit. Stretch that fascia out, take this anterior tilt where everyone's like this, and stretch it out so that we can stand upright. We can actually stand like we're supposed to stand. Stand with that confidence, it's gonna make you look a lot better. The big difference between how I look like this and how I look like this. Whole different world, like 2 different people. This guy is Tom, this guy's Thomas. How about that? So as always, Six Pack Abs, make sure you keep it locked in here on the channel. Make sure you check out the program down in the description, and I will see you guys in the next video. See you soon.